Hi, algebra students. I wanted to show you some examples of how I would go about multiplying binomials, something you've been working on, and I know there have been other videos, but I wanted to give you a little more um, just from my perspective, and it's time I started making some of my own videos. Maybe it'll help you. So what I want to do is just look at the simple case of something like x plus 3 times x plus 5. And I'm going to show you a couple different methods for doing this that I've used over the years. And you just pick one method and stick with it and go from there. The first method I want to teach you is something called FOIL. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. And here's what it means. Hopefully you've been learning when you multiply binomials that every term here has to be multiplied by every term here. So to start out with, we have to multiply x times x. And that's where the f comes in. That's our first product. And then we have to multiply x times 5. Now, if you look, the x and the 5, they're on the outside. So we call that the outer product. And then we have to multiply 3 times both of these. So we have to do 3 times x. That's the inner. They're on the inside there. If you look at that, they are the inside of the 4 terms. And then, of course, the next thing is to do 3 times 5. And just like the x's are the first terms in each one, 3 is the last term in this binomial, and 5 is the last term in this binomial. It's also the last product that we do. So now I write down what I've got. So the first, x times x is x squared. X times 5 is positive 5x plus 5x. Inner, positive 3 times x is positive 3x. And then last, plus 3 times plus 5 is plus 15. And then the very last step is to add the like terms. 5x and 3x. And there we are done. Okay? So that's FOIL. First, outer, inner, last. Let me do another example of that. And this time I'll throw in a minus sign and we'll see how that works. So I'll go a little bit faster this time. First, n times n is n squared. Outer, n times, now I got to look at this as a negative 4. So n times negative 4 is just negative 4n. Next, inner, 7 times n. That's positive. Positive 7 times n is plus 7n. And then the last numbers, 7 and negative 4. Positive 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. Combine the like terms in the middle. Negative 4 plus 7 is positive 3, right? It's the same as 7 minus 4. And then minus 28. All right? That is the FOIL method. Also, when you draw these lines like this, I've told kids it kind of can look a little bit like the moon. You see the moon there? Not a very good drawing, but kind of looks like a crescent moon a little bit there when you do that. Okay. All right. I want to show you another method that I think maybe was even shown on one of the other videos, but I'll show it again because I think it's helpful. All right, so let's say I have 3x plus 2 times x plus 6. All right, so this is what's called the box method. What you do is you take this first one, 3x plus 2, and you put that on top, 3x and positive 2. And then x plus 6, you put that along the side so that this is x and this is 6, and that side's equal to x plus 6. This is sometimes also called the geometry model. So box or the geometric model, because it's like figuring out the area of a rectangle, right? Because what you're ending up doing here is you're breaking down and you're finding the area of this big rectangle by finding the areas of the smaller rectangles. So here's how this works. This little rectangle here is 3x by x. 3x times x, the area of that is 3x squared. And then, by the way, we can write these over here as well. Then you got this rectangle. This is 2 by x, so 2 times x is 2x. Then we got this rectangle, which is 2 times 6, so that's 12. And then over here, 3x times 6, this is 18x. You can also just do it by, like, 3x times x, 3x times 6. All right, anyway, now here's our 4 terms, and we're going to just add these all up. So it's 3x squared plus 2x plus 18x plus 12. And here again, I've got these like terms in the middle that I add together, and there's my answer. Right? So that's called the box method. Now, this is nice. It's a little better than FOIL because this can work for trinomials as well. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this time, say I have a binomial times a trinomial. So here's what the y plus 4 will be my width. So this is what make this y and this 4. And then the trinomial will be my length. So I'll split that up into 3 parts. And notice I don't care about making, how long these actually are. I don't care if they're drawn to scale. It doesn't need to be drawn to scale. It's the positioning of the terms that you just have to get right. Okay, so y squared, 5y, and 3, that's the length. And now I do the same thing I did before. Multiply y and y squared, that's y cubed. You add the exponents. 5y times y is 5y squared. And 3 times y is 3y. Then I multiply all these by 4 to get the area of these rectangles. 4 times y squared, 4 times 5y, 4 times 3. Okay, so I hope you see where every one of those terms came from. And now I just combine, I'm going to combine these like terms. But note, there's something interesting to notice here. So y cubed, that's the only y cubed term. But then these two are like terms, 4y squared, 5y squared, 9y squared. And then these two guys are like terms as well, 3y, 20y, 23y, plus 12. Okay? So you got the FOIL method and the box method. Those are 2 more methods you can use to multiply polynomials. I hope that helps. I'll try to post some more in the future. But don't be afraid. Again, look in your book, look online, and on Canvas also. Some of the other teachers have shared videos as well. Thanks.